order. Notice is hereby given that a regular meeting of the Greenwood Board of Trustees will be held at 7 p.m. on Wednesday, June 11, 2025, at the E.L. McDonald Community Center located at 619 Main Street, Greenwood, Nebraska. Said meeting is open and the public is encouraged to attend. Board of Trustees reserves the right to adjourn to exec session for state status 84-1410. Open Meeting Act is posted in the meeting room for the public to view. Roll call. Stephanie.
Here.
Kevin.
Here.
Tanya.
Here.
Mark.
Here.
Don here. Consent agenda. Minutes, approval of time cards, payroll, detailed reports, financials, profit loss, balance sheets. Are there any additions or corrections?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda minutes, time cards and payroll detail report, financials, profit, loss, and balance sheet.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Roll call. Kevin.
Aye.
Tanya.
Aye.
Mark.
Aye.
Don, aye. Stephanie.
Aye.
Water report, I just seen in there that the last test that Mike Graham took, everything came back 0, negative. As far as the nitrates, he didn't have to test them since the last time he did, so we will have to test after we get the blending station going, so. Anyway, I think Alan's got the blending station all but dialed in. They gotta come back in for the computer part where it says so much from this well and this well, how they rotate. So,
Yeah, Alan did send me a message too. Do you know if we have a hard copy of the plans of the water tower somewhere around here?
well, I'm sure there is.
Well, I've been digging for it. Put around, I don't know where they would be at.
I don't
Okay,
Are they the managed?
we'll have to look and see, but he needs.
Otherwise, McGuire would just get a hold of them. They put it in.
Yeah. I don't know.
Sheriff's report, the report's in there. Was there gonna be an officer coming?
I don't believe so. I completely forgot to, well, I don't know what they're up to.
All right.
I did not pay attention to
Any
what-
questions on the sheriff's report, anybody? Any concerns that anybody would have?
If you want to talk to the sheriff himself or any of the deputies, let me know. I have all their phone numbers.
So, maintenance report, they are working on the sewer plant. They've got the bolts that are welded onto the tank now. They're waiting for some other parts, so we'll get to that when we get down to the sewer plant, but, because they didn't ship everything they needed, supposedly. So, anything on maintenance, guys? Oh, Alan will be gone from the 23rd to July 3rd, so he'll be out of the state, so if we need like electric go down, we'll have to call OPPD, so just so everybody's aware. So, and he's possibly got somebody lined up for emergency water, and so. Okay, clerk's report, I don't think there's anything, just give Janet a little space. She's having a tough time here the last couple of days, that and the computers, so she's having, yeah. Anybody that had an electric bill that hasn't received it, it's probably because of tantalus. Just so everybody's aware, the people that probably ain't got their bill yet, we ain't gonna give them a penalty for this month, so everybody's aware of it. So. Planning and zoning. Anybody?
I think they meet next Thursday.
Next Thursday? Okay. Fire rescue? Nothing?
No, I don't.
No, I don't. Park and rec? Couple things, when you guys make your minutes, could you, when you say who makes the motion, make sure they put in there if they agree or disagree? Because you're just saying agree or disagree, then you take a vote. So we don't know what, because somebody out in the public may not understand. You understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
You just can't put agree or disagree.
Okay.
So put one or the other when you make the motion. So.
Okay, yeah, we do that.
Other than that, I talked to Maureen, she says the list that you guys gave her, she estimates 4 to 6 hours.
Yeah.
So I told her she's limited to 1 hour, so I don't know what she'll have.
Okay.
Because there's no yes or no answer in all the
In
questions.
the legal world.
Legal world goes never a yes or no answer. They're trying to protect themselves just and find other, so. so,
Yeah,
just so you're aware.
okay. Our main focus is making sure that we have a blanket answer on how we can move forward with the vendors and such, so that we can do the food trucks and
Correct.
all of that. So, I mean,
I talked to her this evening around 4 o'clock, so,
Okay.
because Janet said she hadn't received it, so I called her and she said it's probably gonna be another week, so. She says that according to our ordinance, that the Park and Rec Committee is designed to do fundraisers for the park,
okay,
not just put money in people's pockets.
sure.
So, I know you guys do that, and we have in the past too, but she just don't understand, because most people that, she asked me if, and she's not here to speak for herself, I understand, but, she just said that we'd have to make a fee or a fee schedule if we're gonna do it the way Shelby would like to do it,
Okay.
which is fine.
Mhm.
We just gotta have a
It's
fee
gonna take
schedule.
time, and it probably won't be in place prior to this.
Okay,
So, I mean, it'll get done so as we get the letter back from Maureen, so,
right, okay.
so.
So I don't have history outside of a couple months ago, so
Right.
it is, we're trying to trace back, because even Jim has said that that's 2010-ish is when it changed from being fundraising to just a community event, so still trying to piece together how this all played out, but we'll get there.
There should be hard records, and I don't know, like where they're kept now, because when I was on the park and rec, the girl that took over when she was the secretary, she got like boxes and boxes of like binders, and like they had a secretary and treasurer position at that time, and so there was notebooks, like everything. And so when the girl that was on there with me had it, she turned them in, and so I don't know if they're in storage here somewhere.
Is that
I have no idea, so
something,
they could be like in any of these closets.
can we come and look?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I can schedule, or I can not schedule. I can
there's
just
probably,
stop in.
it might either be back there, or there's a closet in the back.
Like where the little trophies are.
Yeah.
Yeah, there might be something in there.
Okay,
Or you can,
Boxes right
There's like,
there.
yeah, there's literal boxes of.
Because we've got-
pages and binders and notebooks.
anything it should be in a binder for every meeting we have, so if it has the Park and Rec minutes
mhm,
in our packets, there's a packet that's official,
okay,
so there should be each year for books, so you could probably go through there too,
okay.
so.
Good enough, thank you. Aside from that, we meet on the 17th, pending how everything is voted on tonight. If everything is approved, then we will be a full board for the first time in a while, so that is good news. And I'll just keep plugging along.
I did want to clear up something that Haley said last time. We already cleared up about the quorum, so that's good. She had said that I had violated LB 363 regarding a public information request, and I provided the board with her request and all the statutes that pertain to it. So I'm not the custodian of the record. Jasmine is for the villages, the trustees board, but Haley is actually the custodian of the record for the Park and Rec. And you can find a like second copy with the clerk, but she's actually the custodian.
Okay.
Okay. So just to clear that up.
Mhm.
That, Jasmine had actually done her job, so that also irritated me that she was brought into it. She answered that email within 3 minutes of that request. So if you could pass that along, that would be great.
I can do that.
That's all I have.
I'll also add, Mike Johnson is working with an electric company out of Omaha that does some different fundraisers, and they are working on getting free lights.
The what?
Free ball lights. for the ball field. So he'll have further details as they work a little bit more on everything, so.
Speaking of ball field, the people that was gonna do our field to the field, they're putting a foul pole out there at the end of the fence. And then there is, they don't have the safety base on First, they got the extra
That's a good
base.
idea.
So they had to put in an extra, thing in the ground, so it holds it too,
So
so.
pin holder,
Yeah.
I also brought it up to Park and Recs that the only complaint that I've heard from like the Ashland coaches is that the bases are too far out.
too far out.
Yeah, they're like 90 feet.
Or they more baseball
We could have
than
the-
softball.
They're more baseball, and then
We could-
12 and under,
Okay.
all the way to T-ball, is 60 feet.
Okay, that's good to know.
Well, if they haven't done the field yet, we could have put in an extra pin.
Okay.
Would that be something that we should do?
I
Probably.
mean, I would, yeah, because
Because-
you can
Yeah, I
just
would.
plug the other one.
Because you're gonna
They
have
gotta
smaller
say
kids
you're
because
not-
our fence is too short for real basic.
Yeah, you can just the plug in.
The plug in,
the other
yes.
ones, and then.
They could just take the plug out and put it in the other hole, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, so
So,
that it's useful.
we'll have them do that, if they haven't got it done yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, one more thing. Could you guys try and gather a list, like, from what your records say, or like have the clerk look and see how much you spent so far? Because like, just a rough estimate from what I can find in the minutes, I didn't do the Rick Steven trophies because that's gonna be paid for, by Black Hills. But like the ponies, the toilets, you guys had to pay the Booster Spirit Squad because of their, volunteers, time last time. The tables, I just guessed Maureen's, attorney rate for $200. The slides, the tractor pull, I couldn't remember how much that was, I guess $550, but I think it's actually more like 700 or 750. Couldn't find that. And then the wood chips that, go out there are also coming out of your budget. So like, just that rough estimate is already $4,300.
Okay.
So, like, try and get it so we know, because, I mean, especially if there's no fundraising going on, you guys are really depleting it. And we also have to pay the cleaning fees and the maintenance, and like the, getting the swing fixed, and that kind of stuff, that all comes out of your guys' budget, so.
Sure. Yeah, we were under quite a bit, correct, when the audit happened? That's-
Last year, yes.
Yeah, okay. And to that point, Janet provided a list of payments that had been made, and there wasn't much on there. Extending some grace there, of course, given the situation, but, I am curious if any of those payments were on this claims list. So I can circle back to her, but.
But we'll check on that, just,
Yeah, you guys just get together and just kind of get like a list.
right,
of
that way
where we're at.
you know where your budget is, and then, you know, here's your budget, and you know, that way you can keep track, so.
Yep.
Cause Don, how much is it per clean, and how often do they
It's
do it?
$50 a time, and I think they clean every week.
And where do they start and end?
I was under the impression that there was no cleaning at the restroom,
Yeah,
and
they
that
clean.
it was, like Jimmy stopped in and refilled the toilet paper and such.
Oh, no, he does just dumps the trash.
Okay,
They clean it once a week.
okay,
When
Well, if
do
they haven't been, let us know,
okay.
because
We should be paying them.
I'm pretty sure it's.
Yeah, during the summer months, they're supposed to do it once a week.
Yeah.
When does it start and when does it end?
We let them know when we open the bathroom.
It's usually around April 1st, and it goes till October something.
Yeah, middle of October.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Okay,
So just kind of guesstimate
sure.
how much that would be.
Maybe we can, once the new clerk starts and everything, get quarterly P&Ls for them, so that they
Sure.
kind of see everything,
Well,
and then
we
we can
can-
keep track of it.
Or we could do monthly too.
Yeah, whatever works.
I mean, I could see monthly.
That way you got an idea where you're at.
Yeah.
So, and if something, you know, breaks and we ain't got enough money in there, we can adjust your budget if it's an emergency,
Sure.
you know, per se, or safety hazard.
When, did you get a set of park and rec keys?
No,
Okay, so, just check with Janet, because I know she'll be trying to present. So get.
I think Haley has them.
Who did?
Haley.
Haley, okay. There should be, I think, 2 sets, but otherwise, make sure that there is a concession stand key, because if you have to get something out there, it's actually the park and rec's job to do that, not maintenance, because they're off duty usually. when
If
that's-
they're on the clock, yeah, but
Yeah.
we can't expect our maintenance guys to drop whatever they're doing.
Then we have to pay them over.
Go over there at 7 o'clock at night.
Like, it's a
Sure.
pain, but like, yeah, I used to have to get calls, I'd be running out of town, I'm like, oh shoot, we need to come and get something for the soccer team. It's
Has
like,
there-
turn back around.
Yeah.
Like tonight, he had to run over there and get the bases out, so.
Okay.
If we know-
I'm not aware, like, if a request doesn't come my way, I'm not aware of it coming to any other board member. So, but we're happy to help with that.
But once we get, and if we approve it, you'll know when you get the online thing
Yeah.
going,
Yeah.
then you'll have a better idea, so.
But.
At least
so-
I think that'll help you.
Sure, yeah, absolutely, that would be a huge help. Do we need to connect with Janet to make sure that she's contacting one of us in these instances, or?
Well, she's not there, I don't know, maybe we should put like a contact information, like a note on the door, saying like, if you need assistance, please contact.
After hours, call this number, or
Yeah,
give them 2 or 3 numbers
After
on.
4 o'clock, yeah.
Yes.
Maybe
Okay, yeah.
those that are willing to go and do that.
Yep.
Thank you.
Anything else for Park and Rec?
No, I think I'm
Nothing, Kevin?
I don't think so.
Okay, library?
Yeah, so, we have Wi-Fi now in the library, which is great. And our summer reading program is in full swing, and we've got quite a lot of participation in that. We have a new board member we're gonna vote on tomorrow night at our meeting. Carol Shad, I'm not mispronouncing it exactly, Carol Shad. And we just need one more, so if anyone knows of anyone who's interested, you know.
You're supposed to have five, they're supposed to have 5 members too, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and what happened was we filled one, but, one had to leave for other obligations.
Sure.
And so now we're short one. Oh, and Elena asked, when can we expect the budget workshop? As far as.
As soon as we get a hold of our accountant, they do the budget workshop, we'll let you guys know.
Usually it's like August.
It's usually in late July or August.
Okay, late July or early August, okay. And I think that's it. I need to be out of town on the 25th, so usually then I ask Janet to cover. Do we have, is there going to be another clerk imminently starting, or will that be a bit probably?
It's on the agenda, so.
Oh, okay, sorry, okay.
I can't say yes or no, because I don't know.
Okay, so for that particular day, we may have to close library if, you know, I can't find a fill-in. That's about it, I guess.
Anything for
Does
library?
anyone have any questions?
Teresa, do you know when, you guys will start getting the 50% discount on your e-reader? Did you already
July
start?
1st.
July 1st, great. And is that yearly that you have to renew that, or?
Then you need to fill out the 486 form, so we did get on our May P&L today, I got the from Janet, and it says that we have a $589 phone bill, and I just this afternoon sent you guys the two of you, a question asking if, do you guys know what that charge is for? It's under the telephone line. Usually our bill is about $160 between the internet and phone, but we got one for about $600.
The only thing I can think of is when.
Set up the-
The setup, when we were doing all of the stuff in here, because we had to get it up and running, and I know he was at the number of hours, we told him to get it up and running, so. That's the only thing I can think of, and it may have come out of 3 or 4 pocket, or 3 or 4 different accounts, and yours might have been part of it, so I'll have to verify that and see.
Yeah, we can just find that out, and the printing lines, you wanted me to ask about that, which I also do know, but it was probably too late for you guys to see it, because I just sent it a couple hours ago.
How much was that phone bill again?
The phone bill was $589.08.
Okay.
Then I had a question about your accreditations. I know that Dana used to do them like, during their meeting. Is that something that they can do on their own, like in their free time, or does it have to be while you guys are meeting? Do you know?
So I got my accreditation, it's good for 3 years, but I need to do the CE hours. I need to do, I have to look it up, but I think it's 40 hours over the course of 3 years, and so it's supposed to be on the clock.
Okay, but it's not the actual board members, 'cause I know she used to tell them that they had to have so many hours of accreditation, so I didn't know if that was the same.
You mean for the board or for the library? I'm not aware, I can ask her at tomorrow's meeting.
I just know that they had to have so many hours of training, and so I wasn't sure if, like,
Do
you guys
you mean
had to
board
do that.
members?
No, not like us, but if you're.
I mean, the library board.
Right.
Yeah, the supervisory board over the library has to keep up with current stuff.
Right, and then they had to have so many hours themselves, and so I wasn't sure if they
Okay.
could do that on their own, so that you
I'll
guys
ask
could actually
at
just
tomorrow's
hold the meeting,
meeting.
or.
I just know about
curious.
me, for me, I need a certain number of hours, and so, I kind of work towards that. So, I'll ask about that at tomorrow's meeting.
I just wasn't sure, because I thought, well, if you could just get down to business and not have to worry about that. That would be
Yeah.
great for everybody. That's all.
Anything else for library? citizens? No one? Okay, old business, discussion, possible action, sewer plant. Like I said earlier, there's some couple pieces that obviously they didn't, when they ordered it, they didn't know everything they were needing, so they need a couple more pieces. With shipping and everything, we're hoping it's gonna be about under $2,000, so I'll make a motion to approve up to $2,000 to get the rest of the parts for the sewer plant. For a second,
I'll second.
we'll call Mark.
Aye.
Ron, aye. Stephanie?
Aye.
Kevin?
Aye.
Tanya?
Aye.
And while we're on the sewer plant, we need to get some jetting done for the sewer system. We need to, he asked about the manholes and the grit in them. And he just wanted to know how much we would give him for sewer jetting and the grit process on the manholes, so he could schedule that in. Normally, we do about a third of the town a year, so I'm not sure what that total number is. I think last year was about, I want to say $10,000. Yeah, it's not cheap. And usually we normally used to use Spickelmar, so that's, and we just give them, whenever they get slow, they come do it, so they don't, they give us a little cheaper rate, so. So I don't know what you guys are thinking about that, so. But coming up shortly, we gotta do underneath the railroad tracks again, and we'll do the alley, between 6th and 7th, between, Broad and Walnut. We got that problem in the alley there. But Alan's working on, hopefully in the next month, having a solution to that problem. I'll make a motion to approve $7,500 for sewer jetting, and we can always, if we need more, we can always ask for more later. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Roll call. Stephanie?
Aye.
Kevin?
Aye.
Tanya?
Aye.
Mark?
Aye.
Aye. Approve or disapprove Park and Rec Super SAC for field booking. Kevin checked with Chad and with Caleb Long, which
Yep.
does our stuff.
Yep, it's both of them approved.
And they said it will not interfere. And then Caleb Long said if we needed any help to get it going, he'd be more than willing to help us, so.
We'll put a link on the website.
Right,
Take it.
and they could do it all on the website.
Okay,
Yep.
perfect.
That was only like $108 a year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fairly inexpensive,
Mhm.
so.
Make a motion to approve, Park and Rec to use Super SAS for field booking.
Once they get everything else in place.
Yeah, once all other items are in place to make this work, or make that work.
For a second,
I'll second.
roll call. Kevin?
Aye.
Tanya?
Aye.
Mark? Don, aye. Stephanie?
Aye.
Approve or disapprove park naturalist?
Do you know the cost for the naturalist?
I didn't see a
their-
cost for that.
Yeah, she didn't include any of the, costs for what you guys have on, unfortunately.
Don't remember. Oops. Wait a minute.
While you're looking at petting zoo too.
They asked me, I didn't call him last year.
I was under the impression that all of these had been already previously submitted, so we didn't have to.
I don't think we ever got like, invoices or anything, or there wasn't like,
Yeah, that was
the
like item
amounts noted in
14.
the minutes or anything.
Yeah, item 14 through 17 of the last meeting, as we
Right.
tabled it.
Yeah,
because we didn't actually have an invoice.
I don't think there was a price on
Mm.
it. Was there a lot? I never seen
But,
that.
no, that's why we tabled it.
When it was
No,
tabled,
we did it
it
because
was
they
about-
didn't have a quorum.
No, okay.
So if we don't have a price, we might want to table that because.
Can't prove something, we don't know how it's gonna cost.
Right, yeah. I'm not finding anything in the drive, so
How essential is it if we can wait a meeting?
you need 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Again?
the last Wednesday of the month.
Okay. Yeah.
It would just be those two things, because like your food truck, that wouldn't cost us money.
Did you say pony rides?
No, we got pony rides, the
You
park
did?
naturalist and the petting.
Petting.
Pony rides, I think we took care of.
Well, if you wanna look, we can move on to some other
Okay.
things. Okay. We'll go down to number 5, approve or disapprove fire department's bingo.
I'll make a motion to approve the fire department bingo.
I'll second.
Tanya, you seconded it? Okay. Roll call, Mark?
Aye.
Don, aye. Stephanie?
Aye.
Kevin?
Aye.
Tanya?
Aye.
Approve or disapprove food truck shortcakes for services. I would assume we're not paying them.
I think they pay a fee.
Right. Yes, they're paying a fee as a food truck.
I'll make a motion to approve shortcakes food services for a food truck for veterans.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, Kevin?
Aye.
Stephanie?
Aye.
Don, aye. Mark?
Aye.
Tanya?
Aye.
Approve or disapprove building permit for detached garage 523 Vine.
That should have been removed.
That was last week, but we don't need to vote on that.
No, yeah, she keeps adding to it. Just a quick thing on that though. In the last week, I think we got 3 more large garage building permits that people have asked for, and a couple of building companies reaching out, so a lot more structures are going up here in town, and they seem to be favoring steel buildings rather than wooden buildings, so
I can see why.
They look nice.
All right. New business, approve or disapprove claims list A. I'll make a motion to approve claims list A. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, Tanya?
Aye.
Kevin?
Aye.
Stephanie?
Aye.
Don, aye. Mark?
Aye.
Approve or disapprove new hire for clerk treasurer position. As we all know, the last guy didn't show up from no call, no show. I left him 3 or 4 voicemails, never got any response. Janet called him a couple times, no response. So our next choice was Hannah Spickelmeyer, basically, and I say we started her at the same wage we were gonna have him.
To add to that, before the meeting, I reached out to Hannah again just to verify she was still interested. But she sent a message back that she wants to discuss it with her husband, and he will not be available until.
He's at National Guard training, so
Yeah,
he hasn't been back since she
yeah.
was asked if she would take the position after Zach did not show.
I just want to clarify that here moving forward. But I'm still in favor of voting her in, at least if we have something rolling here.
Opinion?
Move forward then, or? Well, I will make a motion then to hire Hannah Spickelmeyer as our new clerk treasurer effective,
I'm sure she'll only get 2 weeks.
so,
July 1st. Whenever the pay period starts.
effective the 30th, that'd be the pay period, wouldn't it? Or-
That'll be on Monday.
Yeah, effective June 30th, 2025, at a starting rate of $27.50 an hour. Right,
With a background check.
with background check.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Roll call, Stephanie.
And
Don, aye. Mark?
Aye.
Tanya?
Aye.
Kevin?
Aye.
Approve or disapprove Park and Rec member Justin Cadwell. Thanks for wanting to be on. I'll make a motion to approve Justin Cadwell as a new member on the Park and Rec. Is there a second? Roll call Don, aye. Stephanie?
Aye.
Kevin?
Aye.
Tanya?
Aye.
Mark?
Aye.
Approve or disapprove Park and Rec member Shelby Stewart.
I'll make a motion to approve Shelby Stewart on the Park and Rec board.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Roll call Mark?
Aye.
Tanya?
Aye.
Kevin?
Aye.
Stephanie?
Aye.
Donna? Approve or disapprove library sale fundraiser for Greenwood Fund Days. Will that be here?
It'll be here in this building, near the
Okay.
car show.
Okay.
We were gonna just also sell some greeting cards that we have. That's all right. It'll be more than just books.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve library book sale fundraiser for Greenwood Fund Days.
I'll
It'll
second.
be in the community center.
I'll second.
Roll call Kevin?
Aye.
Tanya?
Aye.
Mark?
Aye.
Donna? Stephanie?
Aye.
Approve or disapprove firework permit, American Sales Extreme Crazy Cracker. I didn't see no drawing. All I see is an address.
Where is that exactly?
It's gotta be in the storage unit, eh? 'Cause that's.
It's the same place you had last time over there.
But it says in a parking lot.
Well, it's technically technology.
396. Yeah, 396th Street, Greenwood, tented parking lot according to the fire marshal permit for the license.
We never got any complaints last year that I know of, so.
There's always a little bit of parking along the highway and parking where they shouldn't, but.
You're gonna have that.
It's
on
10 days to deal with it. I mean, if you don't want people parking there, put up some posts. I think that was the only,
And actually, I think he did last year, put a sign along the.
He did.
and, yeah, people still.
But even when Roger had his building, they were parked.
Say, even when Roger had it,
Yeah.
it's not much you can do. Make a motion to approve the fireworks permit for all American sales.
I'll second that.
Roll call Mark?
Aye.
Don, aye. Stephanie?
Aye.
Kevin?
Aye.
Tanya?
Aye.
Approve or disapprove safety concerns park maintenance.
According to this, we approved to fix the swing, right? We just need to order the parts.
We never approved it. They did. But now, when you guys send minutes and you guys vote on something that needs to be fixed or maintained or something, you need to tell the village clerk so she can tell the maintenance guys.
Okay.
Because it's not their responsibility to read the minutes to figure out you approved something.
Sure.
So,
It's an ordinance too.
I mean, it's just a courtesy to the clerk.
Yeah, we can add that to the list that we send with agenda items and stuff.
Right.
Every-
So when
yeah.
you send your minute, just say, could you add this to the next agenda so the board members can vote on it?
Okay.
So-
I thought you had voted on the swing repair.
I don't remember anything.
A couple
I
months
remember
ago.
you brought up.
There was a notation from the last meeting, an email was sent to me stating these are outstanding items, if you were copied on it, or somebody was copied on it. I think it went to you,
It could have.
yeah. About.
But I mean, on our minutes.
No,
I mean,
on our minutes, we
agenda.
did not approve
Right.
anything, it was just brought to our
Just the
attention.
wood chips?
Right.
Yeah, yeah, the
Okay.
wood chips were the only thing that was approved
Right.
previously, because that had to be in for other stuff as well, so.
Okay.
It would be helpful to have a vendor and a dollar amount.
Okay.
Because,
I mean,
yeah.
the
Because
maintenance guys can track it down, but
if
if
it
somebody
ain't
goes over and
88
says it's a
strap,
Johnson's blah, 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 whatever swing,
Mhm.
we can order it, and then when it comes in, the maintenance guys can put it in.
Commenting about that, because I drove by here yesterday and I could have sworn there was like a brand new nylon strap on that ADA swing.
Okay. There wasn't as of the last time Park and Rec met,
Okay.
so we'll have to.
oh, when you did the walkthrough on the park?
When we met our last meeting, one of the members had been in the park and had commented that had.
Okay.
So,
I bet Jim stopped by, 'cause he's usually good about
I thought there was a new strap on it, but maybe, I don't know.
And like Mark said, we can go to Menards to get a strap, but if somebody gets hurt,
Right, we wanted to.
it may not be.
You want OEM equipment on stuff like that.
Right.
Right.
And if it comes down to it, then they say you need a strap that's 2 inches wide, 16 feet long, and it needs to be rated for X number of pounds, then you do it.
Sure.
Right. Just so we're all covered under, so we're not getting in trouble for somebody getting hurt.
The other one that popped up, they had specifically talked about was the spongy areas on the rubber rides.
Yeah, that's right here, the rubber play surface.
Yeah. I just was curious if we had, I'd have to look back on that when that was installed, see what kind of warranty we had on that.
Jim would know it's something that Eric Crouch does, so I don't know if that's his company or if he just kind of represents them, I don't know, but Jim would know.
Yeah, if you switch out to whoever that contact was.
Right.
so,
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Was there anything else on there besides those two items?
No, those were
Big
the
ones,
ones.
yeah.
Okay, but yeah, next time you guys find something like that, just tell the clerk so they can put it on the agenda.
Yep.
And that way, we can vote on it, 'cause the clerk ain't reading the minutes, obviously, so.
Right.
Okay. Discussion possible action on multi-suggestion street concerns and water rate concerns. Couple of these things that you brought up, we've already
It's
done.
already in the ordinance, but like the
Yeah,
grass
because the
clippings
county
on
is-
street, I think, is already in the ordinance, but like.
The county-
Do that.
Already gave us from Church Road to.
Yeah, the county turned over Church Road from Pine Street to Highway 6 to us.
Correct. That was a year after the street was done.
Right. And we have the authority to set the speed limit on it.
But we can't lower it any more than 35, because it was 45. We tried to go to 25, but the county said you can't do
Because it's an arterial street.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not a residential
I
street.
say there's no two houses on it.
Well, that's not in our.
But the front of the houses don't
It's
space.
on the other side of the city.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they still have to use that as an access road,
Right.
but it's no different than a county road
Right.
with farmhouses on it.
Right.
The
Right.
speed limit there is 50 miles an hour.
Yeah.
The engine brake sign, the DOT and the state patrol, they govern that, so that's nothing we can even do.
Is that one of those, it's a village ordinance, so it would have to be prosecuted by the village attorney, not,
Correct.
but if it's written by a
State.
state
Patrol.
patrol or that entity, then
Right.
the state can,
Right.
then it's regulated.
Well, if it's on Highway 6, it'd be on Church Road, then,
The county's still gonna prosecute.
right.
that. But if it's within the village, then the village has to, okay, I
Correct.
understand what it.
The street lighting, there's gonna be more street lighting when, the new development gets done, so, they're not up yet, so. The grass clippings, I agree 100%, but how you gonna go?
I think it's actually in the ordinance.
It is.
I think it is.
It is.
I
I'm
have
pretty
checked
sure I've seen it.
with the sheriff on this one, the grass clippings thing, yes, that's a nuisance issue. The only thing that we have officially on the books right now is a littering fine. That is the
Right.
only thing that we have.
But we have to prosecute.
Yeah, we would have to prosecute. The sheriff can write a ticket, but we have to follow through with it.
Right. That's where the problem is.
Yes.
Number 6, that's something we can look into. It's probably not a bad idea. For the water and sewer taps.
Yeah. Are we gonna talk about that more like closer to when we do the budget?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Number 7, the branches and tall weeds obstruction along Church Road, that's gonna be a ordinance anyway. They're talking about the ditch along Church Road that, people ain't mowing, and the tree limbs that are hanging way out, and you gotta stick nose your vehicle out there too far. So that is a nuisance, or not, maybe not nuisance, but, that would be something in the ordinance.
The grass, the tall grass is a nuisance issue.
Right. So. questions on any of them items?
Question on 5, just, so we're doing our book sale fundraiser. Can that become, like I mentioned, for, for cards, whatever, but we sold some, books on some things of that nature along with it? Does it have to be strictly book sale, or can we sell other items along?
I think whatever you guys.
Okay,
put on
okay.
there.
Yeah.
As long as there's no firearms.
Right.
Hold on.
Nothing going on.
Yeah.
Target on fire.
Any more comments or questions on the street concerns or water rate concerns? Leslie Green? Okay, board comments. Stephanie? Kevin?
Right now, all of our stuff that we have purchased for Tantalus is up and operational. The issue that we've been having here is with our provider.
Power manager.
What's that?
It's power manager now.
Oh, okay. Was not aware of that one.
But Janet,
Okay.
they got hooked in with, Dett Lansing,
Okay.
their guy. and
Okay.
Supposedly they're able to read now.
Okay, okay. By the way, like I said, on our end, everything has been taken care of that I know of. All the caller IDs have been updated, all of the phone numbers have been updated.
The caller IDs are working now?
They were working as of Monday morning.
Oh, okay, that's all right.
What else? We got the stuff in software approved already. Other than that, I don't think there's anything outstanding here, Wi-Fi or network capability. I think everything's up and running. So, that's all I got.
Tanya?
I don't have anything.
Mark?
With all the rain, Jimmy's got the, park looking good and everything that's.
Everything's looking good.
And
Fire station, everything.
he's keeping up on a lot. Special thanks to Alan for, answering the phone whenever we call with problems. I got a call from the water tower, well, I got a call from the sewer plant one day, and I called him, I said, what's the sewer plant man about? He goes, I don't know, because I got a call from the water tower. Something hiccuped, but he took care of it right away, so, he's
Nice that he can do it from his phone.
been doing a spectacular job there, so thanks. I'll pass that on to you, please. Other than that, I got nothing.
Yeah, I want to say special thanks to Alan too. He's done a great job, so. And thanks to Scott Tracy, he's doing a wonderful job down at the sewer plant right now, getting that going, so. Other than that, we can adjourn at 7:42.
I have never seen that sewer plant work exactly when it's been. Every time I've done it, it's
I must have been researching that.
and Alan's like, yeah, we're gonna straighten
Those
this
are maybe
out.
free.